Well, did not expect this at all. This is by far the earliest I've ever found a fresh shed. As of right now, I just see one. I don't see the other side, but I think I know which buck this is. This is my dad's uncle's farm. My little food plot is literally, my little basket plot's just like 50 to 75 yards that direction. And then the triangle field's right up this way. And there's this little wet spot back here. And there's always like a couple deer that bed right here. This is really close to the access trail. It's like a 1 to 2 acre patch of buckthorn right here. I just snuck in here just to see how much sign was really here, because I know we've bumped deer out of here when we walk past here, because I think they bed right here watching the trail. I'm not sure if this buck was bedded here a lot, but here's a shed right here. Hopefully this buck makes it. To be shedding this early is not good. That means he's probably wounded or really stressed out or something to shed this early. And we just had some really cold temperatures, but no snow. So this buck's obviously something a little bit wrong with him, because last year we had lots of bucks in here holding till March, and it was a pretty harsh winter last year. So the food plot and the access trail's like right there. You can kind of see the gravel right there. This is right where I seen it from. I'll get a few pictures. I think this is the buck I'm thinking of. I literally just had pictures of him a couple days ago. I just checked a lot of cameras out here. That's somewhat kind of fresh looking. Yeah, the wax rings all on there. Yeah, that's pretty fresh. Not too bloody, but the full wax rings there and everything. Another characteristic this shed has is a really flat base. See how it's almost concave? The pedicle's not sticking out at all, pretty much just perfectly flat. A lot of times these early shedding bucks, that's another sign of stress. Like, I don't know how accurate it is, but that's what they say. So that's definitely not a good sign. So this buck should be somewhat identifiable next year. He's kind of got these weird G3s. We'll see if he shows up, but I kind of doubt it at this point. By far the earliest I've ever found a shed, fresh shed. Well, here we are. This is my second after work shed hunt of the year. I just got out yesterday. We got a little bit of snow, as you can see. We haven't had snow hardly at all this whole winter. So hopefully we don't start, we'll probably end up getting pounded with it right when all the sheds drop in February. But anyways, out here tonight, I just came up on my, I guess you could say, second shed of the year, but first shed while looking. Got pretty close to it. It's hard with this little bit of snow. And I think I'm the first person in here. This is like a city park here that's got tons and tons and tons of deer. I've always walked this once or twice after work and never found anything, but I just seen a couple bucks still holding. Obviously there's still a lot of deer holding, but there's definitely a couple on the ground, and I actually got lucky and found one. It's really hard to see anything with all these pine cones and the deer tracks, and with this 50% snow cover, this is like the worst conditions to shed hunt in. So I'm just coming up like this, and boom, this is when I first seen it. Looks like a decent 2-year-old probably. And get a couple pictures. It looks pretty fresh. There's a little bit of pink on there. I just literally seen like at least 4 or 5 bucks about like this. None of them looked like a giant. Maybe 1 or 2 of them looked a little bigger than this. And yeah, there was a couple of bucks in here like this. Awesome. Well, just came up on a surprisingly old shed. I'm in a city park. I haven't been here. I wasn't here last year at all. I noticed that the DNR got the sharpshooters in here. They got a couple stands and corn piles, and I haven't been seeing the numbers of deer I've seen in here in the past. There's still really good sign here from like the fall, but these city parks go in rotations, and every couple of years they come in here and take out quite a few deer. I only seen about 8 antlerless deer, just does and fawns. But I just came up on an old shed here, probably, I mean, I already seen a couple of boot prints and the little bit of snow that's left. Like some of these areas get walked literally almost daily. And I cannot believe there's an old shed here. It must have been a late drop, like in March or something, because a lot of time, I mean, it's not even February yet and there's boot tracks out here. And even in the past, some of these city parks get hit super hard. And this must have fell late when a lot of people were done looking or something, because I can't believe it. It's not that big or anything, but still. Just kind of following they got sign in here like crazy. Not exactly right here where I am, but some of the areas where I was, it's just, there's like literally 15, 20 rubs in an area. It's unbelievable. So right there's the shed. Having no snow is really nice. We'll probably end up getting pounded with snow in February. I hope not. It's pretty chewed up. And it's a decent antler. Probably a 3-year-old. Yeah, that's probably a 3-year-old. That's pretty heavy, but not huge, but interesting. I probably won't even come back here this year. It seems like they really took out a lot of deer here. So normally you'd come here, especially this time of year when most of the bucks are still holding. 2 years ago I was in here, I literally seen probably like 10 different bucks. It was unbelievable. And nice ones, nicer than this. And I would assume that's why other people have been in. This is probably the spot that the city park spot that I've been to that usually has the most pressure by people looking in here for antlers, because you can't hunt here to kill them. So the only way to only way to get the antlers is to shed hunt. So interesting. Well, just came up on a small one here. I'm at another city park spot. I've never actually found a shed at this spot either, although I've only walked it I think one other time, maybe 1 or 2 years ago. I'm not sure if I was here last year, but with no snow, I mean, you just gotta get out. You might find an old one. I mean, they're so much harder to find when there's snow cover. And it's like 50 degrees out today, almost breaking a record high for today. This is a nice little small one. I almost walked by it. So I was heading up through this nice little grass opening, and I literally was like right here when I spotted it. Almost kept on walking. Goofy little one. But it's definitely fresh. Still got a tiny bit of blood on there, but weird little sucker. The spot I was yesterday was only a couple miles from here, and there was unbelievable buck sign. Huge rubs everywhere, but I didn't even jump a single deer. I heard a couple deer get up when I first got in here. So these are kind of small spots, so it doesn't take much for someone to get in here and pick up a couple sheds, and these deer don't really have anywhere to go, so I don't know where all these big bucks could be that left these massive rubs that are in here. Anyways, awesome. Well, it just finally came up on one. Probably, it's literally been like 20 to 25 miles probably since I found the last one in this video. Anyways, here it is. This is like right where I seen it from. I'm just kind of heading this way. And it's like right in a bed too. Decent, like a nice little 2.5-year-old. Yeah, there's a bed, pretty fresh bed. The leaves are still crushed down right here. I mean, who knows how long this has been laying here. Maybe just a couple days. Doesn't look super fresh, but there's a little bit of dried up blood on there. Huh. But yeah, I've been going literally almost every day for 2 to 3 miles after work, and it's just been a grind. It's literally been 20 miles probably. And I've been seeing quite a few bucks still. I mean, seeing quite a few shed bucks actually too. So there's definitely starting to be quite a few on the ground, I would say. Early February, almost in a week, it'll be mid-February. Yeah, there'll be a lot of them on the ground here in the next 2 weeks. Awesome.